To me, the whole Arthurian legend, King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table, and all, has always been fascinating. And being born in Wales, King Arthur was kind of local legend. So to me, the whole story had a fascination. And I read, and everything I could get my hands on, I read about King Arthur. And as I started to develop the story behind the Excalibur Parchment, I started to add some other elements, started thinking about the what ifs and putting the context, the story into context, because historians today are now finding that Arthur really did exist. Now, whether it was Arthur, his name was Arthur, there was some kind of a Celtic king who led the battles against the Anglo-Saxons. So he was also instrumental, and this is in the what they call the post-Romano period in Britain. After the Roman legions have left, and now the Britons are left on their own. And the concept of the new religion, the new faith called Christianity, moving in at a time when the old faith, the Druid faith, was in a battle with these new Christian believers. And I began to think, well, what if Merlin, the great wizard, well, in those days, the Druids were the wizards. They were the intelligent level, elite level. They were the priests, the historians, the oral history people. And so I thought, well, I wonder if, and then the story sort of took off from there. Then you add the modern element of what's going on in society today. Nations that have been around for 100 years, beginning to talk about splitting off and new tribes. Even in Canada, you've got Quebec. You've got Scotland making threats about moving out of the United Kingdom. In Turkey, you've got the Kurds. In a lot of different nations, you have this going on. So I started putting together this whole concept of what if the current structure started to break down? And what if the Druids became embroiled in this? In fact, we're feeding the fires. So the concept of a rejuvenated, rebuilding, refocusing national group started to take shape. And so then I started, okay, what if that was being focused by the Druids? What if they started to think about reestablishing their own faith by destroying the Christian faith? And that's where the Excalibur Parchment came about. What would they need? What would be the premise, the thing that would drive them? It would need to be a symbol. What greater symbol than Excalibur, the sword that Arthur wielded, and that legend says Merlin created. So the Excalibur Parchment is at the beginning of that story.